welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be testing these gouache paints that I bought from Five Below. How do I unpod them? Hello? Oh, we got it. My desk is at a slant, so that's why it's like cracking into my Yoplait right now. Bye. Don't fall. Stop. I don't know if I'm just unpackaging like a toddler, or if they didn't design these very well. Is it really my fault? She had different plans for me. Wait. Oh! Looks like a crime scene over here. Why is this so hard for no reason? Okay, red. They said it's $5, but you're gonna work for it with hard labor. It's like an egg that doesn't want to crack. And don't be coming at me and say, oh, give me a try. I bet I could do it. No. You probably couldn't. I mean, please. Oh, here's the other one. You thought I was missing one? I wouldn't ever dig it and bury it in the backyard so that no one could ever see it again.
One pathetic sob story later.
This one opens like normal, kind of, guys. Success. No, guys, I didn't say anything about it. No, it was a success. It was. I know I've been like complaining for 30 minutes, but no, it is worth it, guys. Don't eat paint, you know what I mean? I know I said it looks like yogurt, but there might be children watching this. I was joking. Don't eat it. Put a little dot of the color on the lid, and then I know which is which. Made it uglier than it was before, but you know what? I do not care. Here's why. Because that took me nearly 20 minutes. We're gonna find a reference photo. Where's my phone? Hello? Oh, trusty dusty iPad. Crusty dusty iPad, more like. See, this is the photo I referenced for this drawing. Spot the difference. And K-pop fans, don't get mad at me that I put her closer. It's just so they could fit on my sketchbook page. Do not try to evacuate me from laugh, okay? I'm just the girl. I just drew him because he's handsome. I think we can all agree there, okay? So don't. I'm sorry for yelling. I was on Instagram and I saw these cute little babies holding pigeons. So that's what we're gonna do today. Hi guys. I haven't done a voiceover like this in so long. But yeah, first thing I had to do was I had to add an underpainting. If you don't know what an underpainting is, a lot of traditional artists will use this method where they'll just do a wash of one color. And basically what that does is it kind of gives a vibe for the painting, and sometimes you can kind of see that color through the other colors too. So it just creates a more cohesive painting overall. It also helps that you're not starting from just white. Yeah, I could go into more detail, but I'm not going to do it. Quickly I realized I wanted like a more pastel look because I did use the purple for the background, so I was like, oh, so I did have to change some of the colors like in the bushes. Now this baby in the front, she will look demon baby for a little bit, and you know what, you're just gonna have to deal with that. I do fix it, so don't worry, it's a process. This whole thing is a process. I did have to go over the beanie and the lighter parts a few times, so the beanie's white, so I gotta go over it a few times because it's not perfectly opaque because it's $5. I had to paint pigeons because I started feeling bad for pigeons because people on the internet said that basically we domesticated pigeons, and then at some point in history we were like, we don't want you anymore, you're trash, and so we threw them out, and then they just populated the earth. But they're a domesticated creature, so they're just super cute and nice, I guess, I don't know. And it's just sad because we just left them to starve, and I felt bad for the pigeons, so I've been on a kick. Actually, it's not even a kick. I drew one pigeon. Yeah, we're doing a puffer jacket look. The puffer jacket gave me lots of problems. I just didn't really know like what colors I wanted. I didn't know how I wanted to look in the end. I didn't know if I wanted to keep it more simple. I don't really know what gouache is, I was thinking. Yeah, husbands. I've used acrylic gouache before and I'm very familiar with that, but just gouache I've never really played with because it's freaking expensive, y'all. So that's kind of why it's fun to have an alternative like this to just like play around with. This version was very jelly-like. Love this. I don't even know who these babies are, but slay babies. I also haven't painted in a while. I usually just draw over my free time. I don't really paint that much. But I used to paint all the time. I just posted a video showing some of my old paintings that I made with acrylics. I think that's also a great example of making stuff without necessarily having the best supplies ever. When I made those paintings, I would use craft paint that you get literally for wood blocks. You know that paint? Yeah, that's what most of those were made out of. And I think sometimes I would go to the store and I'd get big tubes of pretty cheap paint, but it was never expensive stuff. And I still feel like I made pretty decent work at that time, and I was just experimenting and having fun, and I didn't really care about having fancy stuff. And then my canvases, literally you can get canvases from Five Below for literally so cheap. So don't make excuses for why you can't make art. I totally get it. I've been there, done that. But you can always make art. You can always make stuff, even if you just have a pencil. I used to sketch in composition notebooks, you know, the ones with the lines that you get for school. I used to just draw in those with a pencil, and that's how I started drawing. And I think most kids will do that. I'm not saying I'm like so original, so unique. But I'm just saying, you can always make something, you know? And I think this is really cool because that means that, I don't know, there's no barrier to art. Unless it's a mental barrier. Yeah, I spent probably like 2 hours on this little painting thing. Yeah, this is weird because it would come up if I had a little bit of paint or a little bit of water on my paintbrush. It would kind of pull up the paint from under. It wasn't like it was completely stuck on there. I think you can kind of see in the time lapse how different the colors are. If I was doing a really large surface, you could see the colors dry down to usually a lighter color, I want to say, but no, once I got to this stage where I was just doing the little details and little tiny things, I was so excited because it's so fun to just do the juicy little things. And you're just using your tiny little paintbrush and you just, and I love it. And this paintbrush specifically, the one I was using before for the big areas was probably a little more expensive, like a $4, $5 paintbrush. But the blue one, it was in a little pack, $5 for the whole pack. Honestly, the face pretty much got there. You'll see the baby in the back kind of got neglected. I thought it would be kind of funny to have her be like a more simplistic style in the back, so your eye is more drawn to the girl in the front. Honestly, like, had a great time with these paints. Do I think they feel like professional paints? Absolutely not. But for what they were and for literally only being $5, I was happy. Like, I definitely think I'll use these paints more. There is no harm in trying new supplies out. Like, do not be afraid to try stuff out, even if it's not like the most expensive thing. If you're starting out with colored pencils and you got your Crayola and that's all you got, like, that's fine. You can actually make so much great art with that kind of stuff. If you guys like what you see here and if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe.